This is John Michael Grogan with Advancing Your World, a powerful story about how a pig's life was changed by a heart transplant, and how we can also change by changing our habits.
Dr. John Michael Grogan is a worldwide best-selling author and speaker. In this podcast, Advancing Your World, Dr. John Michael will help you position yourself for success by achieving greater purpose, significance, and exceptionalism. Now, here's Dr. John Michael Grogan.
It seems that no matter how old we get, we all love stories. I've come to realize that whenever I'm invited to speak somewhere, my audiences seem to grow more attentive when I share a story. Not long ago, a friend of mine shared a wonderful story with a great point that I want to share with you today. A farmer had a little daughter who had befriended a shout, a young piglet. This little girl loved this little fellow, and despite her father's attempts to win her over to several puppies he brought home, she remained faithful to her little friend. Her father would help her scrub her little friend to the point where it almost glistened. They even tied a little red bow around its neck. There was only one problem. Every time they released the little fellow, it would tear off for the nearest mud hole and do what pigs love to do. This made the little girl very unhappy to see all of her work go for naught. Her father would help her scrub her little friend to the point where it almost glistened. They even tied a little red bow around its neck. There was only one problem. Every time they released the little fellow, it would tear off for the nearest mud hole and do what pigs love to do. This made the little girl very unhappy to see all of her hard work to clean and decorate her little friend go for naught, as it insisted on going back to the mud holes it loved. After several attempts to change the pig's penchant for mud holes, the father had an idea. He took the pig to the vet and shared what the problem was. Touched by the little girl's love for her little pet pig, he told the farmer to bring the little piglet in. A few days later, the farmer brought the pig into the vet. The veterinarian took out the pig's heart and put in a lamb's heart. It's all right for all you little lamb lovers. The lamb was on life support. The father took the little pig home with its new heart, and to his daughter's delight, the little pig never again went near another mud hole. There's a powerful lesson here for us. If we go into the mud holes of life, we're going to get some dirt on us. The great danger is that life's mud holes can grab us, draw us in until we get hooked. Pretty soon, we're in so deep we don't know how to escape, or worse, we don't want to escape. Look at the opiate epidemic figures from the Centers for Disease Control. They show that more than 70,200 Americans died from drug overdose in 2017, a twofold increase in a decade. Another mud hole of life is smoking. During my last physical, I noticed a chart on the wall of the doctor's office. It showed how smoking damages almost every organ in the body: the heart, blood vessels, lungs, eyes, reproductive organs, bones, bladder, and digestive organs. The mystery is that most people know this, that people who smoke take on the average 10 years off their life expectancy, according to a new study. The good news is that the New England Journal of Medicine found that those who kick the habit before they reach age 40 reduce the excess risk of an early death by around 90%. Still, other mud holes of life involve compulsive gambling and overeating. Orson Welles, American actor, director, writer, and producer, who swelled to over 350 pounds, was told by his doctors that if he was going to have a dinner for 4, to invite 3 other people. Alcohol is still another mud hole. Knowing the dangers of these mud holes, why are people drawn to them? Well, as it turns out, there are many reasons why they keep repeating these habits. Frederick Newman, author of Detroit Tom and His Gang, writes about some of these reasons. Feelings of being miserable, guilt, a lack of hope, deep-seated anger, even feelings of revenge. Here are 9 things that have helped people suppress these destructive appetites. Write down details surrounding your habit. Where you go, what you do, how much idle time you have. Get rid of temptation. Move away from the areas or the people that tempt you. Replace a bad habit with a good or neutral habit. Stay vigilant during times of temptation. Take many vacations. Change your environment. They say that short, frequent vacations are much more therapeutic than infrequent vacations anyway. Take a weekend. Reward yourself when you don't succumb to your habits. Meditate to help reprogram your mind. Call on the help of friends and family. Try to choose people that are not judgmental. And the last one, seek professional help. Oh, and you might include praying also. The ultimate physician is, of course, Jehovah Rapha. There are 4 important words we need to remember. If we let him. This involves faith, resolution, and a deep sense or need of deliverance. This name of God, Jehovah Rapha, means healer, the Lord who heals you. Healing isn't a matter of manufacturing a belief within ourselves. It's a matter of, will I let him? Will I come to him in faith believing? This is a choice, as most things in life are. Speaking of the word if, it is one of the most important words in the Bible. If you listen carefully to the Lord your God and do what is right in his eyes, if you pay attention to his commands and keep his decrees, he says, I will not bring on you any of the diseases I brought on the Egyptians, for I am the Lord who heals. Karen Fleming Rudzinski, a friend of mine, recently sent me a quote by Robert Holden, Ph.D. Beware of destination addiction, a preoccupation with the idea that happiness is in the next place, the next job, or the next partner. Until we give up the idea that happiness is somewhere else, it will never be where we are. Non legitimus carborundum. Until next time, this is John Michael Grogan saying, be strong, be bold, be courageous.
Sign up for exclusive access to Dr. Grogan's newsletter, and as an added bonus, you'll receive access to the growth chart that Dr. Grogan talks about in the podcast Majoring in the Majors. Visit johnmgrogan.com and sign up today. That's johnmgrogan.com. And don't forget, subscribe to Advancing Your World on your favorite podcast app.